I'm Britt with QB365, and this is the very first episode of The Breakdown. Could be the first episode and last episode, could be the first episode out of 1,000. Who knows? We're going to find out together. So basically what I'm doing here is breaking down on the big screen your throwing mechanics so that not just the person I'm breaking down, but every quarterback that watches this can learn something about mechanics. Because honestly, they just don't get it from many other places. All right, so let's get started. All right, here's a guy. Just started working with him in person, worked with him for almost a year online. First going to start, base isn't too bad, up top's not too bad at all. He brings it back okay, opens that toe up a little early. That's a secondary thing. But when we get here, you can see the elbow's very low, all right? Two things can happen from here. We can either go straight through the shoulder line, which is not ideal for the shoulder. Shoulder's going to lock up, wrist is going to orbit, all right? Shoulder locks up, wrist orbits, and we slash across. Or we've got to get crazy steep to get back over the shoulder line. When we do that, straight up, now where can we go? Straight down. That's it, all right? Neither are ideal. So we need to get the elbow up here. You could see this QB, he brings it low. You can see the wrist orbiting around, and he's slashing a lot across, all right? Very severe slash across the body. All right, so while you guys look at the back arm, I'm actually also looking at the front arm. Notice how they're kind of doing the same thing, all right? So before you guys start strapping your arm down to your chest, be very careful that you're not going to get the back arm, the throwing arm, working kind of the same way, okay? We have got to get that elbow off the side of our rib cage, right? When that front arm gets off, the back arm can also disconnect. That's when we get those arms working together. Now he's got a chance to get that L higher, so he's got a much better position to shoot that elbow through, get that arm ahead at a better attack angle, all right? So all the quarterbacks, Breeze, Luck, Brian, Rodgers, he doesn't do it quite as much, but his L's a little lower, okay? None of them keep their elbow so close to their rib cage, right? Before you say it, I know what you're going to say. Tom Brady. Yes, exactly. Tom Brady keeps his elbow tight to his rib cage. If you tell me you've got the talent that Tom Brady has, and you marry supermodels and have everything going for you like he does, you just keep that elbow there, well, that's fine. But this can also equal this. So we got to be careful of that. His front arm doesn't get out of the way sometimes, so instead of rotating through, he ends up tilting, all right? Losing his posture, losing his spine angle. So we got to be very careful about that. And I've never seen an issue of somebody where their elbow gets too high. It's always the hand. So why are we trying to tuck the elbow down when the hand's the issue? Okay? Sure, we don't want a hand go crazy up here, but just bring the hand down, not the whole arm. All right? That's my spiel on that. Let's move to the next kid. Next QB. This one's got a drop attached. We're going to talk about the drop a little bit. Big crossover. Usually big crossover means we're out of control. Big stride. Now look at the alignment here. We've got the spine and the legs just like that. Ideally, I want spine and a much better alignment there. That's going to give us a much better opportunity and a much better position to get the hip immediately engaged, okay, that back glute to immediately drive the foot in the ground. Ground doesn't move. Ground drives us back to the target. So right here, we're going to have issues. And you can see how he kind of sinks into that back leg. So he's kind of stuck into the ground right here. As he takes it back, there's really no pull back right here. It's more of a lift, okay? When you lift the ball, it's very hard to keep a good wrist angle. And the wrist, for being such a small joint, can seriously screw up your throwing motion. So we've got to really feel like we're going to pull that back, so it's a much easier way to keep that wrist solid. If we lift it up, that nose is going to be down. Now we're stuck. If I keep my motion from here with this wrist angle, the nose is going to go straight down. So I've got to do one of two things. I've got to come around to get it back up, or I've got to go high to get it back up, okay? I don't want to have to do that. I want to open that wrist up, pull that nose back, just like I'm about to throw a punch, pull it back to get that L position. Now I can come straight through with the nose up. So let's see what he does here. You see he leads with the chest. He doesn't get a lot of power from his lower body. Doesn't get a lot from there. So what happens is his upper body takes over because his brain needs more power. A little tight with the L there, but sure enough, tight with the front arm there as well. So those two things, it's amazing how they work together. So you can tell he goes up. He goes up very, very high. Ball drops behind his head, and he gets straight up. All right? Nice high release, right? Nice high release. Wrong. Yes, of course you want a high release, but the high release needs to be the benefit of a good motion, not the goal of the throwing motion. So if we're going straight up like this, one, he doesn't have any control. He can't control the trajectory, the ball flight, the speed. And two, the only way he can get extra power here is by yanking down on the football. That's going to make the ball go down. You want to see the guys that throw curl routes, they look like that. Sorry. They look like that. That's how you do it. You want a curl route that stays in the air forever, you got to get a lower, shallower attack angle and extend and turn through that extension. So just because he has a high release here doesn't necessarily mean that's a benefit in this throwing motion. Good extension through, but he's extending up and over and down. That's just not going to get us where we want to be. We're not going to miss right and left, but we sure aren't going to have an easy time controlling the trajectory and keeping the ball in the air. Okay, last one. This one's going to be from the back view. A lot of you guys probably don't see what you look like from the back. So we're going to take a look here at this example. All right, this QB is like hypermobile with his shoulder. You can see just how far back that arm gets back there, okay? Other guys have other issues. Maybe you're not hypermobile, but maybe you have too much motion back here. But either way, the arm is just not getting ahead fast enough. So the upper body's going to open up. The ball drops behind his head because the arm's just dragging from behind. And to take pressure off the shoulder, the wrist has to orbit around. All right, from here, obviously, we're going to slash across. We're going to miss high right, low left. All right, and you can see from this throw, he misses well right. Now, the only way to save it from here is by continuing the rotation, keeping that ball in our hand, get those joints back aligned, and then try to get it back to the target. But that's just too hard to do consistently. Asking too much of yourself to fix that. So what this guy needs to do, he needs to get that elbow here, and then immediately he's trying to shoot that, sorry, I did it again. He's trying to shoot that elbow over the shoulder into the target so much faster. There's two ways we can do it. We can work on the path, get it a little bit more vertical, but that will never help unless we work on the sequence and the timing. We have got to get the arm working to the target sooner before the front shoulder starts to open up. Because once the front shoulder starts to open up, you can't stop it. You have no chance of your arm catching up. So you're going to get dragged behind, wrist is going to orbit, and we're going to slash across. Okay, so that's just one view from the back side. You can tell just how bad so we can tend to slash when that arm is late. All right, guys, I hope that you got a lot out of this. All right, here's what I need from you. If you want your throwing motion broken down, okay, you're not throwing the way you want to, you're tired, the speed ladders aren't telling you anything different, okay, aren't telling you how to get better, okay, send me your video, just like we did those first two, from the side, step and throw or a drop, doesn't matter, okay, whatever you think you need help on. I promise I will get back to every single one of you. Might not put it on the next episode of the breakdown, all right, if there is one, we'll see, we'll find out together. But I guarantee you I will get it back to you, and I'll at least tell you one good thing you do and something that I would focus on if I were you as you start to practice in this off season. Guys, it's January, okay, sorry, February. Tomorrow's the Super Bowl, okay? By the way, I predict, this is Saturday, so I don't know what the Super Bowl is, what the score was. I'm going to predict Patriots 34, 31. Got it? All right, so we'll see how good that is for the next week. But it's January. You've got time. Spring ball isn't until late April, early May. Okay, you've got some time to really work on this so that when you do need to throw under pressure, your mechanics are there to help you throw better. Okay? Footwork drills, yeah, they'll help, maybe. Okay? But if you have issues with your arm, with your timing, that can't help you the way having the guidance to figure out how we get better. Okay? So send me this email, okay? Or you can text me. Either way, I don't care. But shoot me those videos. I will get back to you. I will if I use it on the show, I'll shoot you a shout out, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want. Okay? And then we'll go from there. But I need those videos. And please, share this, like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want as many quarterbacks to see this as possible because I want to educate the world of quarterbacks on throwing mechanics, not just what to throw on cover two. All right? Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.